back with some of the most advanced military vehicles that will absolutely shock you. There's a series of tanks breaking new ground with advanced technologies, the most powerful firefighting machines you've ever seen, and some hybrid water vehicles you didn't even know existed. Say hello to Poland's newest futuristic stealth tank. The PL-01 light tank features a modular shell and is reportedly capable of providing protection in all parts of the hull and turret from standard enemy 30mm or 40mm armoured bullets. This tank is also among the first to feature stealth technology. Developed by Obram of Poland and BAE Systems of the United Kingdom, the tank is still a prototype and mass production has not begun yet, but this doesn't take away from its outstanding construction, which seats a crew of 3. It's got a coaxial 7.62mm machine gun. Alternatively, the weapon station could be fitted with a 12.7mm heavy machine gun or a 40mm automatic grenade launcher, giving the driver a range of assault capabilities.
The Crusher is a 13,200-pound off-road unmanned ground combat vehicle. Its unique structure allows it to go absolutely anywhere: rough terrain, wooded slopes, rocky creek beds, and even vertical walls more than 4 feet high. The robot can turn 180 degrees in place and carry tactical gear of 8,000 pounds. The Crusher is also autonomous, meaning there are no driving controls. But if you're a gamer, you'll have no problem navigating the controls of this vehicle because it literally uses a video game controller. Plus, while you drive the Crusher, it continuously works on taking the easiest and fastest route. So, if you encounter a gorge more than 6 feet deep, it'll find a way around it. The vehicle is used for a number of missions considered too dangerous for soldiers, like fire support, reconnaissance, or as a supply mule. It can also be used as a medevac since it can go into the battlefield under fire and scoop up any injured soldiers. It has space frames of titanium and skid plates to protect it from heavy blows. It also has a hybrid engine, which allows it to travel several miles on one battery charge. All this so military tasks can be carried out without putting human lives at risk. The diesel engine, which comes from Volkswagen, by the way, then turns on to continue powering the Crusher and to recharge the battery module. It also has a 1.9 megapixel color camera, which gives an overall view of the field at 4 times the resolution of a standard TV set. It can also transmit this data using a 0.62 mile fiber optic cable.
JLTV, short for Joint Light Tactical Vehicle. The JLTV is a force to be reckoned with when traversing the dangerous terrains of any battlefield. And it may not look impressive, but this vehicle is the workhorse of the United States military. The US military took the Humvee and just gave it an upgrade. So while the original Humvee is just fine, the JLTV is bigger and better in just about every way. It's twice as heavy and has a much higher carrying capacity than its predecessor, despite the rough terrain and today's unconventional warfare. But being inside this insane military vehicle is one of the safest places you can be. It's got armored doors that each weighs a few hundred pounds. The cabin is wrapped up in an armored shell that gives the JLTV blast protection seats and underbelly. So in the event this bad boy drives over any landmines hiding out in the field, the ride may get a bit bumpy, but everyone inside will be safe and sound. And should the JLTV catch on fire, it's equipped with an automatic fire extinguishing system, but it dishes out as much as it can take with a heavy machine gun, anti-tank guided missiles, and even automatic grenade launchers.
It is a lightweight and highly maneuverable vehicle that has been manufactured in Israel. It is designed to be agile on different terrain and traverse areas with mud, sand, or rocks. It can move around urban areas even with narrow streets and obstacles. It measures 3.7 meters in length, weighs 1.5 tons, and has space for 3 occupants. It is equipped with a drone with automatic tracking function and an autonomy of 27 minutes. It has an engine with 95 horsepower and can carry a load of 350 kilograms. It can be transported on a C-130 aircraft and is equipped with a STANAG 2 level armor.
The guided missile destroyer warship is in a class of its own. The USS Zumwalt conducted its first live fire test of the Mk-57 vertical launching system with a standard missile in October 2020. It's able to detect, track, and engage an anti-ship cruise missile threat with a Standard Missile or SM-2. Being the US Navy's most technically innovative ship, it has stealth and capacity to operate in both the open ocean and near-shore environments, creating unimaginable battle space complexity for adversaries. With a 610-foot length and 80-foot width, Zumwalt possesses ample space to execute a wide variety of surface, undersea, and aviation missions.
M104 Wolverine. It may look like an architect's dream and an engineer's nightmare, but this unique and beautiful piece of machinery is as handy as they come. The M104 Wolverine Heavy Assault Bridge is an armored vehicle designed to provide deployable bridge capabilities to help armies cross large bodies of water. The Wolverine passes all speed, mobility, and survivability tests. And what more do you need from a military vehicle? It also features an advanced communication system to keep in contact with field commanders, and it is operated by 2 crewmen sitting within the hull. The bridge is carried out in 2 sections, stacked above the hull. Once the site to deploy the bridge is chosen, the vehicle anchors itself in place using a spade. Yep, you heard that right. After that, 2 sections of the bridge are joined together, extended across the water, and dropped into place. Once the vehicle is across, it merely retrieves it from the other side by reversing the process. The bridge can be launched in under 5 minutes and packed up in less than 10, all without the crewmen ever leaving their cabin. The bridge is also capable of supporting a 70-ton vehicle moving at 10 miles an hour, making it a huge advantage to have for any military. However, the Wolverine itself is unarmed.
AG Guardian. It is a highly versatile vehicle that has been manufactured in the United States. It is designed to prioritize strength and high off-road capability. It can be used to perform personnel transport missions in harsh environments. It measures 6.1 meters in length, weighs 8 tons, and has space for more than 10 occupants. It is equipped with a central tire inflation system and an escape hatch in the roof. It has an engine with 385 horsepower and can reach a speed of 120 kilometers per hour. It has a range of 800 kilometers and is equipped with a STANAG 2 level armor.
Those cannons look intimidating, but fear not, the Big Wind is not actually a combat vehicle, it's just the meanest firefighting tank you've ever seen. The Big Wind made its big entrance during the Gulf War as retreating Iraqi soldiers left flaming Kuwaiti oil wells in their wake, and putting out burning oil wells is no easy feat. So a Hungarian firefighter team rolled into the rescue with this beast of a tank. Big Wind was built on the chassis of a Russian T-34 tank dating back to World War II, but instead of the usual gun turret, a pair of Tumansky R-25 turbojets were installed. They produce a water spray with about 27,000 pounds of thrust. That's enough pump force to easily knock over an SUV. Each of the engines is fitted with 3 water nozzles each, delivering up to 220 gallons of water per second. That's enough to fill a residential swimming pool in about a minute.
Jabaria Defense Systems Multiple Cradle Launcher. There are some names that just strike fear into your heart, and this is one of them. And it's every bit as deadly as it sounds. This 95-foot-long vehicle is particular to the United Arab Emirates Army and is manufactured there too. It consists of 240 tubes and functions as a multiple rocket launcher. The idea was to mount artillery on a single vehicle, since the UAE has a relatively smaller military personnel. This vehicle essentially allows 3 men to do the job where normally 30 would be required. The Jabaria defense system has 4 rocket launchers attached to the trailer, each carrying 60 122mm rockets. The system fires the high explosive warheads, and the operator can choose how many and which pods he wants to fire. All of them can be fired in under 2 minutes, making the rate of fire 2 rounds per second. It was most recently used in the Yemeni civil war and the Saudi-led intervention in Yemen. After launching the rockets, the vehicle can either relocate and continue firing if there is any payload left, or reload in 30 minutes.
Alligator 4x4 Master 2. It is a multi-purpose amphibious vehicle that has been manufactured in Slovakia. It is designed to quickly traverse any type of terrain safely. It can be used in different types of missions such as surveillance or reconnaissance. It measures 5.8 meters in length, weighs 8.8 tons, and has space for a total of up to 9 occupants. It has an engine with 250 horsepower and can reach a maximum speed of 140 kilometers per hour. It has a range of 700 kilometers and can drive even with damaged tires. It can carry a load of 3 tons and can be equipped with a STANAG 3 level armor.
Soldiers would lose their lives fighting over bridges or had to go round for miles and miles just across small bodies of water with armoured vehicles. The modern M3 amphibious pontoon bridge solves all that. The M3 is the world's fastest amphibious bridge and ferry system, providing seamless land-to-water transition for both infantry and armed vehicles. A single component can be handled by a crew of just 2 soldiers. Assembled together, they can serve as a bridge or as a multi-bay raft. The M3 can carry loads of up to 85 tons. During the NATO Anaconda 2016 exercises, a combined German and British army operated the longest M3 floating bridge ever assembled. The 350-metre-long bridge, consisting of 30 units, was assembled in just 35 minutes, enabling NATO forces to cross the Vistula River in Poland.
Fennec. Named after the Fennec Fox, this curiously low and wide-looking armored reconnaissance vehicle is in service for both the German and Dutch armies. Both countries have deployed the Fennec vehicles to Afghanistan in support of ISAF, or the International Security Assistance Force. The prototype of this vehicle was made in April 2000 and finished field trials in 2001. The Netherlands Army ordered 410 cars and the Germans 222. The Fennec has 4 wheels with a selectable 2- or 4-wheel drive with a Deutz diesel engine producing 179 kilowatt, giving it a top speed of 71 miles per hour. It doesn't need to go any faster than that. The primary mission equipment is an observation package mounted on an extendable mast. The sensors on it include a thermal imager, daylight camera, and a laser rangefinder. All that combined with the vehicle's navigation system, and the operator can accurately mark targets and pass data to the digital battlefield network. The sensor is also detachable and fixable on a tripod, just in case it's a concealed operation. The vehicle can also be fitted with a 12.7mm machine gun, a Rafale Spike anti-tank missile, or a 40mm automatic grenade launcher. It is protected all around against 7.62mm rounds, and additional armor can be added if required. And if you're worried about it getting hot and stuffy in here, the vehicle also has air conditioning, which provides protection against nuclear, biological, and chemical warfare.
USAT 4x4. It is a versatile and efficient vehicle that has been manufactured in Turkey. It can be used in troop transport or medical evacuation missions. It measures 6.1 meters in length, weighs 10 tons, and has space for 9 occupants. It is equipped with a central tire inflation system and has a range of 700 kilometers. It has an engine with 250 horsepower and can reach a speed of 110 kilometers per hour. It can climb slopes with a 60% incline and overcome obstacles 50 centimeters high. It can carry a load of 2.5 tons and is equipped with a STANAG 2 level armor.
Hybrid vehicle is known as the Lund-class Ekranoplane, also known as the Caspian Sea Monster. This 302-foot-long Soviet Ekranoplane is a boat and aircraft hybrid. The 380-ton aircraft was built during the Cold War with a 148-foot wingspan and 340-mile-per-hour top speed. Now, that's faster than the Guinness World Record fastest speedboat and nearly as fast as a commercial flight plane. The military aircraft, designed to attack NATO nuclear submarines and aircraft carriers, first entered service in 1987. It was decommissioned when the Soviet Union collapsed in the early 1990s.
Rider 4x4. It is a reliable and highly resistant vehicle that has been manufactured in Israel. It is designed to prioritize the safety and comfort of its occupants, even on long missions. It measures 6 meters in length, weighs 10.5 tons, and has space for 10 occupants. It is equipped with an automatic recovery winch and can climb 50-centimeter steps and slopes with a 60% incline. It has an engine with 330 horsepower and can reach a speed of 105 kilometers per hour. It can carry a load of 1.4 tons and is equipped with a STANAG 3 level armor.
Caspian Sea Monster. It's a plane. It's a boat. It's somehow both? The Caspian Sea Monster was an experimental craft developed from 1964 to 1966, when the Soviet Union was looking into airplane-like vehicles that use ground effect to fly several meters above surfaces, mostly bodies of water. It had a wingspan of 123 feet and a length of 302 feet, flying at an altitude of 16 to 33 feet. It could carry far more cargo than a conventional aircraft, unburdened by the need to properly take off and gain altitude, and significantly faster than a ship, capable of hitting 300 miles per hour thanks to its 10 jet engines. It was classified as a marine vessel, but it was mostly tested by the Soviet Air Forces. It was discovered by America in 1967, despite their efforts to be under the radar. The discovery happened during the Cold War, and suffice to say, it worried the CIA a bit. After a little digging, they found it to be an unfinished conventional aircraft at best, but it was quickly discovered that the vehicle could not fly high. Unfortunately, it was just too bulky for its own good and never progressed past experimental stages. It eventually crashed, unrecoverable from the ocean depths, thanks to its sheer weight. However, a smaller version was developed and used in the Soviet military.
BMP-T, also known as Terminator, is a Russian-made tank support vehicle which first entered into service in 2011. The necessity for the BMP-T rose from the 1979 Soviet invasion of Afghanistan and the 1994 Chechen War. Most Soviet armored vehicles could not elevate their guns enough to hit hostile troops in mountainous terrain. This led to excessive losses from hostile anti-tank weapons fired from elevated mountain terrain or multi-story buildings. A heavily armored vehicle was required that could spot and neutralize hostile anti-tank teams and other troops.
Amphibious rig. The M3, much like the M2, was made to traverse roads on its four wheels, deploying two large aluminum pontoons for buoyancy on water. It is a self-propelled bridging vehicle used for the projection of tanks across bodies of water. The development of the M3 began in 1982, and a prototype was delivered in 1992, with 64 orders placed by 1994, mostly by the German and British armies. Since then, it has also joined the Taiwan and Singapore armies, but it is believed the Singapore Army has a slightly upgraded version called the M3G, which features an armored cabin and an air conditioning system, useful for when it gets hot and stuffy in there. The M3 pretty much operates as a 4x4 vehicle with a maximum speed of 80 km per hour, but in water, it goes at a speed of 14 km per hour. Multiple rigs can be joined together by ramps, and it can form a bridge across the water. 8 of these vehicles will bridge a 100-meter water gap, and other military vehicles like jeeps and tanks can make it across.
SMV-20. It is a high-mobility multi-purpose vehicle that has been manufactured in Spain. It is designed to adapt to different types of environments and perform multiple types of missions. It measures 6.3 meters in length, weighs 9.5 tons, and has space for 10 occupants. It is equipped with thermal cameras and remote-controlled defense systems. It can traverse obstacles in areas with water up to 90 centimeters deep. It has an engine with 310 horsepower and can reach a speed of more than 100 kilometers per hour. It has a range of 800 kilometers and can be equipped with a STANAG 2 level armor.
Warfare never stops, and the RT-2PM2, or Topol-M, is a Russian intercontinental ballistic missile with a range of 11,000 kilometers. That's more than the distance from Moscow to Texas. It's based on road vehicles or silos, which means it's mobile in its employability. The Topol-M carries a payload of up to 1,200 kg and is fitted with a 550 KT nuclear warhead. The Topol-M's re-entry vehicle is capable of making evasive maneuvers as it approaches its target. It's designed to decrease the chances of interception by missile defenses, shielded against radiation, electromagnetic interference, and physical disturbances like wind bursts.
Keeler. Some military jeeps and vehicles have been put out of date thanks to newer tech. The Volkswagen Schwimmwagen, for example, is pretty much obsolete now, thanks to the massive machines carrying their own bridges to allow 60-ton vehicles to cross water. But some have stood the test of time and are used even today, despite being made a long time ago. One such vehicle is the Keeler. Keeler is a mine-clearing vehicle developed in Germany. Its main job is to clear a lane through minefields to let soldiers and vehicles pass safely. A deployable mine flail system has been fixed to the front of the vehicle, and it's used to clear both anti-tank and anti-personnel mines. It is fitted with a heavy-duty mine flail, a rotating cylinder mounted between two arms in the front, with two shafts containing 24 chains. What this does is bring down a metal foot, a slab that's the weight and applies the same pressure as a human would, causing the mine to detonate safely. The Keeler can quickly clear a lane 15 feet wide and 390 feet long in 10 minutes. It doesn't have any defense weapons of its own though, except for some smoke grenade dischargers.
UMG. It is a highly resistant vehicle that has been manufactured in the United States. It is designed to perform a wide range of missions such as personnel transport, border patrol, or medical evacuation. It can traverse 80-centimeter deep water areas and navigate the toughest terrain. It measures 6 meters in length, weighs 10.1 tons, and has space for a total of 10 occupants. It has an engine with 330 horsepower and can reach a maximum speed of 100 kilometers per hour. It can carry a load of 1.6 tons and is equipped with a STANAG 2 level armor.
Titus. Not to be confused with the Roman Emperor, Titus stands for Tactical Infantry Transport and Utility System. Coming from France of all places, the Titus draws upon the country's previous military heavy hitters like the Leclerc main battle tank. Development took just 2 years, but they managed to provide their troops a pretty solid MRAP vehicle at a much lower cost, but with higher efficiency. Despite its tank-like and heavyset appearance, the Titus has amazing mobility and offers a more modular approach than the other vehicles in its category. It can hold up to 3 crew members and 10 passengers, and has another 4 cubic meters of baggage space, so the soldiers can sit pretty and bring all of their toys with them in between missions. But the Titus is also equipped with a remote-control weapons station, a 40mm grenade launcher, and 2 light machine guns from the rear. And if you think you're attacking this thing from the bottom, you're out of your mind.
The Kamov Ka-52 Alligator attack helicopter, or known by NATO as HOCM-B, is a multi-role, all-weather attack helicopter that can operate day and night. Its development started in 1994 and was first used in 1997. Ka-52 has enhanced TV3-117 VMA turboshaft engines. This, plus its 2 coaxial contra-rotating main rotors, make it among the most maneuverable helicopters in the world. With armor able to withstand hits from 23mm projectiles, pilots seated in ejection seats, and ability to fly with one engine disabled, it's the helicopter for lowered warfare casualties. On top of this, HOCM-B is designed as a command center for aerial combat with its battlefield management system, allowing it to exchange data with many other types of helicopters.
Tupolev Tu-160. What's cooler than cars? Well, planes of course. We've seen a failed experiment. Now, let's look at one of the more successful planes out of Russia. The Tupolev Tu-160, or White Swan as she's called, is a supersonic strategic bomber designed by Tupolev Design Bureau in the 1970s. As of 2020, it is the largest and heaviest combat aircraft and the fastest bomber. It is also the last strategic bomber designed for the Soviet Union. Despite having a weight of over 242,000 pounds, it can hit an impressive speed of 1,380 miles per hour and soar at a height of over 40,000 feet. It can also lift with it 45 tons of arms. There are currently 16 of these aircraft in service in the military, with all of them seeing regular upgrades to their electronics. Perhaps its only flaw is that they are far from discreet, something you'd want to be if you're planning to sneak into enemy lines.
Marauder. The next insane military vehicle was actually featured on Top Gear, so if it looks familiar, then there you go. The Marauder is a mean-looking vehicle built in South Africa and is a popular choice amongst plenty of the world's militaries. It weighs a whopping 13,000 kilograms and is powered by a 6-cylinder diesel engine. So if anything gets in this thing's way while it's coming down the street, it's probably going to get absolutely obliterated, Fast and Furious style. and it's probably one of the best vehicles to be in when things get a little hot and heavy and shrapnel starts falling from the sky. That's because the Marauder is packing double-skinned armor to reduce the kinetic energy that normally passed into the cabin when something explodes outside. So when things really do start to go boom around the Marauder, the troops and crew inside will barely notice a thing. It's pretty much bomb-proof. This vehicle is going to take just about anything that can be dished out, like explosions as powerful as 8 kilograms of TNT under the hull and 14 kilograms under the wheels. Good luck trying to take this thing down.
ISR MRAP. It is a highly mobile and resistant vehicle that has been manufactured in the United Arab Emirates. It is designed to navigate difficult terrain and overcome different types of obstacles. It can be used to perform troop transport or personnel transport missions. It measures over 60 meters in length, weighs over 10 tons, and has space for 10 occupants. It can be equipped with automatic recovery winch, fire suppression system, or satellite communication. It has an engine with 450 horsepower, can reach a speed of 120 kilometers per hour, and is equipped with a STANAG 3 level armor.
Buffalo MPV. Made in and by the United States is the Buffalo MPV. This guy was produced by General Dynamics Force and Protection Incorporated, and is the biggest vehicle the company offers, so you know it's going to be good. Known as an MRAP, or Mine-Resistant Ambush Protected Vehicle, the Buffalo MPV isn't really designed to transport troops despite how safe it may be on the inside. Actually, it traverses the battlefield as an ordnance disposal vehicle, keeping the roads safe for the next convoy that comes in. The Buffalo MPV comes complete with 6 run-flat tires and a V-shaped monohull chassis that makes it essentially mine-proof. So whoever is lucky enough to drive it can see the boom without having to feel it. After initial production, the MPV got an upgrade too, where they added a BAE system armor, making it just about impervious to anti-tank RPG attacks. But since this is an ordnance disposal vehicle, it's working with an advanced mine detection system and uses its 30-foot robotic crane arm to get rid of IEDs. This military vehicle gained so much attention and popularity that it was even in the Transformers movie. If it's good enough for them, it's good enough for anybody.
Meanwhile, the Puma IVF is alleged to be the most advanced infantry fighting vehicle in the world. Its air transportability, combined with exceptional agility on rough terrain and future-oriented expandability, make it the optimal land weapon system in international conflict management. The Puma even maintains its command capability in networked operations under extreme climactic conditions and inadequate infrastructure. This is enabled by the provision of interfaces for the Command and Information System, Ally Enemy Target Acquisition, and Infantryman of the Future (IDZ) system. It's got a protected crew space for up to 9 soldiers, but can run crewless thanks to its remote operable turret with a 30mm automatic cannon, coaxial secondary armament, and MELS weapon system. On top of all this, it's able to reach a speed of 70 kilometers per hour.
VS-10 Viking. With a name like Viking, you already know this vehicle packs a wallop. The Viking is a fully amphibious vehicle, with an articulated steering system typical of all-terrain vehicles. Built by BAE Systems' Swedish subsidiary, Hägglunds, the Viking consists of a 2.2-meter, 5-ton front car, and 2.1-meter, 3-ton rear car. It'll go through pretty much any terrain you stick in front of it. It can operate in temperatures from minus 46 degrees Celsius to 46 degrees Celsius, and can brave jungles and Arctic conditions alike. The Vikings were even transported to Oman in 2001, where they were tested in the extremely hot and dry desert conditions. It was quite a hit when it came out, and the UK Ministry of Defence ordered 108 Vikings from BAE Systems. Today, more than 11,000 of these are in service across 40 countries, and all of them will be in service beyond 2031.
7A1 Amphibious Assault Vehicle. The AA-7A1 Amphibious Assault Vehicle is going to meet all of your aquatic and terrestrial needs. When it is out to sea, the Amtrak can make it through the choppy water as high as 10 feet. And when it does finally reach the beach, it's reaching a top speed of 45 miles per hour without batting an eyelash. The Amtrak will also happily man checkpoints or even work as a bulk refueler or field ambulance. It really does it all, including being able to lug around 10,000 pounds of equipment and 21 troops. But the Amtrak has actually been around for decades, deploying from U.S. Marine Corps assault ships to spearhead beachfront attacks. If you ever see any of these showing up on your beach, you know it's the beginning of the end.
Patriot 2. It is a multi-purpose vehicle of great versatility that has been manufactured in the Czech Republic. It is designed to adapt to different environments and perform multiple types of missions such as reconnaissance, troop support, or medical evacuation. It measures 6.2 meters in length, weighs 13.5 tons, and has space for a total of 8 occupants. It is equipped with various defense systems that can be operated by remote control. It has an engine with 400 horsepower and can reach a speed of 110 kilometers per hour. It has a range of 700 kilometers and is equipped with a STANAG 2 level armor.
Iron Man, a real-life superhero tank, has arrived. Meet the Abrams X AI Hybrid Military Battle Tank, the newest addition to the arsenal of the world's most advanced militaries. The tank's hybrid propulsion system is a key innovation that combines a gas turbine engine and an electric motor to deliver improved fuel efficiency and reduced emissions. This makes the Abrams X both more eco-friendly and more cost-effective to operate. But it's the tank's AI capabilities that are truly groundbreaking. The Abrams X has the ability to operate autonomously or with minimal human input. This allows it to analyze complex battlefield situations and make split-second decisions, giving it a decisive edge over its enemies. The tank's advanced sensors include thermal imaging cameras and radar systems, which enable it to detect and track enemy targets, even in low visibility conditions. And its futuristic modular design allows for easy customization and upgrades, making it highly adaptable to changing battlefield requirements. As military strategists around the world take note of this incredible new technology, one thing is clear. The Abrams X AI Hybrid Military Battle Tank is set to change the face of modern warfare forever.
M9 Combat Earth Remover. Sometimes when you get to the battlefield, you've got to move pretty quick. And we're not just talking about getting boots on the ground. When something big gets in the way, it's got to come down, and that's when you call in the M9 Combat Earth Remover. The name should be pretty self-explanatory, but we'll break it down for you anyway. Better known as the M9 Ace, this insane military vehicle works best as support for the armed forces. It can knock down just about any kind of wall, clear out riverbanks, smash through obstacles, and be used for cover by ground forces trying to set up a perimeter. And despite all it can do, the M9 Ace is pretty low maintenance, seeing as how it just needs one crew member to operate it and live out all of their child demolition fantasies. The catch, though, is that it's pretty tough to see out of this thing from the driver's seat, so whoever's lucky enough to be at the helm must undergo extensive and serious training. But once they're inside, nothing is going to get in their way, literally. And surprisingly, the M9 Ace has a top speed of 30 miles an hour, so it's not going to be winning a drag race anytime soon, but it'll reach the perfect speed to bring a house down.
Alright, it is now time to take a look at today's subscriber pick. Remember, if you find something weird or unexplainable while scrolling the internet, send it over to us and we'll investigate. Today's image comes from a subscriber and it looks like a massive tank. It does look quite impressive, something you'd see in a Star Wars movie. We looked into it and it turns out this is only a 3D model. But don't be disappointed because we have something just as good. Check out our number 3 spot, Navy LCAC. We've seen some pretty impressive planes and 4x4 vehicles, but no ships. If we're going to talk about water vehicles, let's talk about the best one in the game, the Navy LCAC. LCAC stands for Landing Craft Air Cushion, and the cushion helps it glide smoothly over water and land as well. Sure, that's impressive, but what's even more impressive is the inside. This vehicle can transport weapon systems, equipment, cargo, and personnel of Marine, Air, and Ground Task Force from ship to shore. It can carry a total of 68 tons of cargo, and it can do that faster than you think. Despite being this massive, it moves at a speed of 48 miles per hour. If you're ever faced with a situation where you see the LCAC coming right at you, you might enjoy the view, but you might not enjoy what follows.
Striker. Upping the ante and raising the bar set by the JLTV is the Striker. Bigger and better than our previous entry, the Striker weighs 19 tons and fits 11 people, 9 troops and 2 crew members. The Striker is specifically designed for versatility, and boy does it deliver. It comes in 10 different configurations for 10 different scenarios and can make the shift from a 4-wheel drive for the highway to an 8-wheel drive for cross-country and off-roading in a cinch. Doesn't matter where you are, the Stryker is coming to get you. This crazy military vehicle was actually named after 2 Medal of Honor recipients, both with the name Stryker, who served in World War II and the Vietnam War, respectively. But there's more to this beast than a cool historical name and being an all-terrain vehicle. It's also showing up on the battlefield with heavy machine guns, some more automatic grenade launchers, and even guided missiles for when things get a little too heavy. Plus, it offers everyone on board some much-needed IED protection and reconnaissance technologies.
Number 1. ADAX MRAP. It is a highly resistant vehicle that has been manufactured in India. It is designed to withstand ambushes and provide the highest survivability. Its high off-road capability allows it to traverse the most difficult terrain. It can be used in personnel transport, reconnaissance, or vehicle recovery missions. It measures 6.4 meters in length, weighs 14.5 tons, and has space for a total of up to 12 occupants. It has an engine with 400 horsepower and can reach a maximum speed of 105 kilometers per hour. It can carry a load of 2.5 tons and is equipped with a STANAG 2 level armor.
Lazar. The Western Allies aren't the only countries packing some serious and insane military heat. Serbia has seen its fair share of action over the years, which is why they developed the Lazar. Lazar is an 8x8 multi-role mine-resistant ambush-protected vehicle that looks like it would fit right into any action movie or a video game. It meets the advanced needs of Serbia's infantry and is specially designed to traverse urban and other high-traffic areas. It gets its namesake from Prince Lazar, who won the Battle of Kosovo in 1389 against the Ottoman invasion. And some 700 years later, Prince Lazar's legacy is essentially a military bunker on wheels. This vehicle is the perfect countermeasure to enemy ambushes, anti-tank weaponry like mines, IEDs, and rockets. But it can also effectively engage bunkers and other armored fighting vehicles, as well as with extreme efficacy of its remote control weapon system, and has a range of almost 500 miles. So if you think you can outrun the Lazar, you've got another thing coming. If you've got 11 friends who need a safe ride, this may be your best bet.
Number 1. We have a quick challenge for you that you need to complete in just 5 seconds. Like this video, hit the subscribe button, and ring the bell to be notified when we upload next, and you'll get whatever you want for Christmas. Try it. It works. Alright, let's take a look at the most impressive military vehicle out there. 2. Willys Jeep. What's more iconic than a Humvee? A Willys MB Jeep, of course. The name might not sound like much, but don't let it fool you. Just like the Schwimmwagen, the Willys aren't the most badass looking vehicles, but they played an instrumental role in the Second World War, so it more than deserves a place here. The Jeep became the primary light-wheel transport vehicle for the US military and its allies. It was also the world's first mass-produced four-wheel drive car, with 650,000 units manufactured. Ford produced another 277,000 units under license. Today, quite ironically, the now iconic vertical slack grille design still used by Jeep was actually developed by Ford for its GPW version of the Willys Jeep. It used fewer materials and was cheaper to manufacture than the welded flat iron item in the original design, prompting Willys to adopt the design.
IAV Stryker. The militaries of North America pack a serious punch, and we're not just talking about the good old US of A. Their neighbors in the North have their own big and crazy toys that they like to bring to the playground too. So the Canadian branch of General Dynamics Land Systems cooked up the Interim Armored Vehicle Stryker, or IAV Stryker for short. This vehicle is another 8x8 vehicle with speed and agility at the helm, along with heavier protection and attack capabilities. The IAV Stryker is used for command, control, and targeting, and comes with a handful of weapons options and sensor packs, all combined with the most advanced computer and communication system anyone can ask for. It's actually become a military favorite, seeing as how its versatility makes it one of the premier choices for asymmetrical warfare situations. Whether it's needed on the front line, a tactical or technical role, or just getting troops in and out as fast as humanly possible, the IAV Stryker is the way to go. Since it's an 8x8, it obviously is well suited for rugged off-roading missions, but also excels in urban environments as well. and you know that thick armor is going to repel any RPGs sent its way. Anything that can fight and defend at the same time is a surefire winner.
The Pantsir S1 is a mobile, multi-channel, short-range air defense system which has high firepower and is able to effectively engage a wide class of air attack weapons. It's distinguished by the presence of combined missile cannon weapons, a short reaction time, and the ability of a combat vehicle to conduct reconnaissance and destruction of air targets in motion. It can do this to the amazing effectiveness of, well, simultaneously engaging 4 targets. The Pantsir S1 is designed for air defense of small military and administrative industrial facilities and areas, including mobile ones, against fixed and rotary winged aircraft, cruise missiles, and precision munitions, as well as for strengthening air defense units against massive airstrikes.
Number 12. V-22 Osprey Tilt Rotor. Part helicopter, part plane, an all-insane military vehicle, the V-22 Osprey Tilt Rotor is the first production tilt rotor aircraft to take to the skies. This insane hybrid military vehicle can land and take off vertically, just like a helicopter. When it's airborne, it transforms into a turboprop craft that flies faster, farther, and at higher altitudes than any typical helicopter. This also makes it the perfect vehicle to get in and out of some pretty tight and contested areas, seeing as how it doesn't need the long runway a normal airplane would require. But the V-22 Osprey's biggest claim to fame these days is that it serves on the escort fleet for Marine One, which is the helicopter that carries the President of the United States. But the V-22 Osprey is big too, and can carry up to 24 fully equipped troops all armed and ready to go at the drop of a hat. It can climb to about 25,000 feet, or about 5 miles up in the air, and hits a top speed of 350 miles an hour. But something that moves that quickly, carrying all that much around, has to stop for refuels all the time then, right? Well, actually, this military vehicle is capable of refueling mid-air, seeing as how its helicopter capabilities allow it to hover in the air. It can even tuck in its rotators like tucking in a car's rear-view mirrors to make it more compact for storage.
1. Gerald R. Ford Class Aircraft Carrier. Vehicles. Armor and tech we see in Marvel and DC movies far outshine what we have in real life, and it's hard to not be a little envious. Well, we've got news for you. The helicarrier from the Avengers movies is a 100% real. The Gerald S. Ford class is an aircraft carrier and represents the largest naval vessel in the world. It's 1,106 feet long and 255 feet wide, giving aircraft enough and more space to take off and land. Its design features include a nuclear reactor design for power generation, stealth features, though not as invisible as the helicarrier and the Avengers, advanced arresting gear, missiles, and an electromagnetic aircraft launch system. It can also carry a total of 90 aircraft. How much did this cost the taxpayers, you ask? A whopping $13 billion. We can't make anything close to that, but Marvel can buy one of these ships for their movies without feeling the burn in their pockets. In those amazing military vehicles in the world, which one did you like best? Let us know in the comments. As always, if you enjoyed this video, you could check out others on the Forever Green channel. We have tons of videos just like these. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.